Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. Big thank you to all of the new subscribers, and for anybody who doesn't know, my name is Bruce VanLife Jr. and I live in this Chevy Express 2500 that I bought for $1,000. And yes, buying a van that cheap comes with a lot of surprise repairs and maintenance, but with some elbow grease and never giving up, this vehicle is where I call home. And along this journey of living full-time in a van in Canada and surviving some absolutely brutal winters, we make some pretty amazing friends and memories along the way. Wouldn't have been able to survive without y'all. So come join the adventures as I bring you all along for a ride through my life, from all the good times to all the bad times and every adventure in between. On this journey, you never know what could happen next. So let's get to it. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all having a good day. Just had to come up here to check on, see how much fire smoke was still in the area, and it looks like it's pretty good and clear. Also got a beautiful sunrise this morning, so I'm really glad I came up here. So it's been almost a week since I picked up the camera, and I'm kind of glad I did that. You know, it was a good little mental break for myself. And a lot has happened in that last week. I really wish I would have got a lot of it on camera, but sometimes you just need that little break from things to just relax. And in van life, that allows us to do that. So I'm really glad that I have the opportunity to be able to take a week off and just focus on my physical health and my mental health, you know. But I will catch you guys all up on what has happened this week, right down to my new hat. So this comes from a subscriber of mine, Sarah Rose, and she actually came all the way from America to come for a little tour through Canada, and she stopped in and dropped off a few gifts for me, this hat being one of them, and we'll get to the rest of them later. And I also met up with another subscriber this week, which was a real blessing to be able to meet this guy. I'm really excited to be able to share this story with you guys, and I think it shows the power of YouTube and the power of positivity, I think. And the power of beautiful people in this world, you know. We don't see that often, we don't see that enough. It's been a really special week. I really wish I could have caught a lot of it on camera, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it that it was truly a good week. I look forward to continuing that, but in order to do so, we have to look after ourselves, and that's the biggest part of life, really, is looking after ourselves. And personally, I don't do enough of that, I don't think, you know. But this year is going to change that. I'm going to be starting to look after myself a lot more. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy my coffee here enjoy the beautiful sunrise morning. Maybe even go for a little walk. If I do, I'll take you guys all along. But after that, we're gonna go down into the parking lot where I usually hang out to, and we're gonna go over a few things and all what happened during this week. Like I said, I didn't pick up the camera very much, but I'm gonna do my best to share the story with you guys in the way that I know how, which is through voiceover and, you know, video clips that I had taken throughout the week. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna get back to enjoying this, and I'll see you guys in about 30 seconds. I haven't done this since I was a kid. Who else remembers how to do this? With a blade of grass? Oh, shit. Let's continue our walk. Such beautiful trails up here. I really can't wait to get that bike fixed. I remember one time I went up there on a cruiser bike and then rode the whole way down. The vibrations nearly knocked me out. It was definitely a wild ride. And that cute little tiny home down there. I've actually slept up here a few nights, but maybe I'll do it another night with a few friends. It's quite the beautiful view. And I believe that's the Highway 2 down here that takes you all the way to Edmonton. Anyway, let's get on to making some breakfast. Because just a coffee is not going to do it for this guy anymore. Stomach is telling me no. You need more than coffee. So, we're gonna try our hand at cooking a little bit today while I take you guys down the path of what happened all this week. like I say, I didn't pick up my camera much, but I did take a few clips. So with that and some voiceover, we'll see what we can make into sharing that story with you guys. Tell you one thing though, these van life mornings never get old. Look at this. I'm excited to be able to go into the backwoods a little bit soon, but growing up in the backwoods, I can actually appreciate the city life a little. Look at that. So, I'll be really excited to show you guys a lot more little survival techniques and tricks, because believe me, this guy knows a lot about survival. Let me turn off that heat so you guys can hear me, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get on making some breakfast.
When you speak, angel, sing from above. Everyday word seems turning into love song. Press me to your our world where roses bloom. When you speak, angel, sing from above. Everyday word seems
Thank you, John.
Got the mechanics over there, got the cooks over there, got the girls down there.
And this is Corey. He is also a vehicle dweller living his best life in his Honda Pilot. Recently over the weekend, we gave him a hand replacing his alternator. If you'd like to see that full video, you can head on over to Patreon. It really helps support the channel, and you get to see videos that no one has ever seen before.
I told
Thank you, sir.
Gotcha.
Ooh, almost fell over. This is Matt, and Matt is a subscriber of mine who lived in the Calgary area, and he decided that he wanted a change in life. So he threw everything he owned into this van that he had recently bought and jumped right into van life. But once he got into his van, he quickly realized, where do I go? What do I do? And he remembered from watching me on YouTube that he knew where I was, and decided to drop down and see me on his first day of van life. Once he got here, his first words to me were,
"You don't know me, but I know you."
Now, as creepy as that is to hear from another man driving a white van, we managed to hit it off pretty good. And this is how that day went. Check this out. So I've got a little wooden baseball bat, and he has 3 of these, so he offered one to me. Let's see if the bat fits.
Now you got a display for Betsy.
Hey! Perfect. So I've got an idea. Watch this. A lot of you might know this thing. So So he was just mentioning that he wants to have a cot to sleep on tonight. Do you remember this cot from the Chrome video? My father gave it to me, and we're gonna make a deal. There we go. That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, like I said, you were headed to get one anyway.
Is that how wide it is?
No. After hanging out and getting to know each other a little, we decided to make a little deal. He had this sub and amp that he was just hanging on to and really had no use for. So we cut a deal and now it's mine. I would also like to introduce his little dog, Odie, as well. Odie also has a brother named Chappie, and this is the both of them, just hanging out, getting used to the van. Look at him making friends. That's what van life's all about, you guys. Making friends, having beautiful moments, and sharing our community with the world. This is how we start van life, everybody. For all of you who have been watching me for a very long time, you guys remember that cot right there from when I had just a cot and a mountain bike in the back of this van. I'm so glad to see it go to use. It was actually given to me by my father, and I hate to see it go, but I think in this moment, it's just that perfect moment where you can actually say goodbye to something and see it go to a wonderful person. A little update on the army cot. It was a little too small for him, but for the first few nights, it was pretty good. He ended up getting a bigger one and has since built a full bed in the back of the van. Oh, Sheba! After breakfast that day, we went somewhere so we were able to kind of clear out our vehicles or do some renos. What have I done? So, I'm doing a little bit of renos since I gotta put this guy back in, and I figured it would be a good time to kind of go through all of my tools and stuff. And it's a good thing I did, because I've got a lot of stuff in here that either I don't need or was in a really tight spot and I'd never be able to get to. So I ended up moving this thing back a bit so that I'd gained a couple extra inches into my toolbox, and it's gonna make all the difference. Time to put it all back in. Yay. I also moved my batteries from here into underneath my bed, because with the new boombox, I'm gonna need to get possibly some more batteries. So this allows me to have more room, and also I could use this guy for more storage. Maybe like food or clothes. And I'm not the only one today doing some renos. What are you doing, Odie? What are you doing, man? Are you doing some renos, buddy? You doing some renos? Enjoying the big boy cot? Okay, so it's been a couple of hours. Look at all of this shit. But this is the first time that I've had all of my tools organized like this in a very, very long time. Can't wait to add that in here. So yeah, I managed to make a lot more room in here for the jack, and then I should be able to fit the toolbox in now as well. But big shout out to Mark the paint guy for hooking me up with this grease gun. Seeing that I needed one and just couldn't help himself. So next time we ever have an issue like that, we have a grease gun to solve that problem. And yeah. So feels really good to have all of that cleaned. I'm gonna keep my alternator close and that power steering pump probably near the back area, because I can tell my power steering pump is getting ready to end my alternator. So having all of my tools organized, all of the parts ready, as soon as this thing even tries to do something, we'll be prepared. Which is something I'm not actually used to, is being prepared for situations. And this guy's over here building himself a bed. We're gonna check that out in a little bit. And I think John's asleep. Later that evening, I ended up meeting up with another subscriber, Sarah Rose, and also her travel friend, Rocio. Unfortunately, we did not film their visit, but we did have a blast, and I look forward to seeing them again in the future. But I am proud to show off the gifts that she left. Another one of the things that I got from Sarah Rose, on top of this hat, was this saw. Yep, this is a saw. I'm going to show you guys how it unfolds right now. I just want to give another thanks to Sarah and Rocio for stopping in to see us along their journey. I really appreciate it, and I love seeing new faces. Now that we have the saw all dismantled, time to show you guys how it goes all back together and turns into a saw. Bear with me as I'm trying to figure this out myself for the first time. I watched Sarah do it, so I should be able to do it myself. So far we've got the saw blade in between the slots of the two handle pieces, and then you add the middle brace, and finally the last rod goes through the bottom. Then you tighten the nut down just like it was before it was dismantled. And that will actually draw the saw blade tight, making it not want to move out of its position. Then you've got a handy dandy firewood saw, and I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of use from this thing in the future. Oh, and there was one last gift. And on that note of new things, new people, and new videos to come, I think I'm going to end this video off here. I appreciate you all for watching along. If you enjoyed this content, please hit like, share, or subscribe. And if you'd like to help support the channel that little extra, you could always join us on Patreon, where we do real-time updates and full videos that no one will ever see on YouTube. But until then, remember, never give up on living life, because life is the most precious thing we have. I'll see you all in the next one.